too old for that.
Don't burn your energy.
Remember, I'm old, you know.
Don't you want a microphone?
I've got one. You're not
What about that one there?
You not see it.
Oh,
You not see it. You not see it.
Let's do it then.
How's your foot?
You're so out of order.
I know. But don't you like it though?
Are they leather then or play?
Nah. I don't wear dead animals.
I'm gonna get some of them. Hook me up.
You know, people watch what I wear and then they go and buy them.
Yeah, no. Oh, where'd you get them from?
ASOS, or as seen on screen.
Really?
ASOS, yeah.
Oh, get some. You watch.
This was from Adidas.
No, I'm gonna get some.
Yeah. And then I got.
What did you look for? Leather Adidas tracksuit bombs?
I didn't look for it. It just came to me in a dream.
Are we recording this?
Yeah.
You're talking about dreams.
Talking about dreams, Johnny.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. You still have them tough hands. Nobody knocks me up on the camera.
Sorry guys, this is yours.
No.
This is mine.
Sorry dude, just
Talking about dreams, Johnny. That's where we can carry on from that dream. Then you woke up.
Yeah, but you know when I saw the fight
Yeah.
and as soon as the knockout happened, I'm like, that's my dream. And people don't seem to realise we put that on. That post you put out was put on the day after, so they must have thought we did that day. That was on weeks before the fight. So can you imagine? And sometimes, you know, when these things
People were commenting, or just to let you know, people came back onto the YouTube video that we did and said, "I'm here after Johnny's dream."
What?
So people came back and commented. So shout out.
And so sometimes you just think, and it's just happening more often than not. And it used to happen a lot. And I told my brother about it, my elder brother about it. I said, you know what? It's a bit weird. And he said, Johnny, you forget you've always done that as a child. You've always been like that as a child. You forget.
Original Obi man.
And he said you got to look at who you are and where you're coming from. And he said you've always been like that as a child. So it's not saying, yeah, I told you so. It's probably having the bottle to believe in what you see and explain it right. But I just didn't believe it. Otherwise, I'd have said AJ's going to lose. And common sense tells me AJ wins, because why should that happen? But then what happened. You know, remember, it was like that fight, the Tyson Fury fight, they're just happening more and more and more. So I'll just pay attention to what I see this time and just say what you see and then try and take it from there.
But it's good though.
Can you imagine if I said that at the top of the show? Johnny, what's the problem? I had a dream. You tell the dream and happen, like, because you just think, nah man, this is what I think, but that's what I saw. So I was just true to myself. It's probably about trusting yourself.
Anyway, without further ado, I'm joined by Johnny Nelson, MBE. You royalty, aren't you?
I ain't royalty.
You know what I mean?
It means I could just go in the house without serving.
The special swords on the checkered carpet and all that madness. You're special, but yeah, it's always a pleasure to be joined by you, Johnny.
Himself.
We've had a press conference today, but I've got to go back to that fight on the weekend, on Saturday night.
Have we not spoken since?
No, we haven't. Remember I messaged you and said, let's go, and then you was like, nah, I'm too busy for you. Yeah. I've got more important things to do, and you keep on picking on me about my feet.
I'm not lying about it. Why would you tune in, like zoom in on my foot bottom? Because I was giving you a hard time about your feet. My feet, number one, aren't dry. Number two, you're out of order. Number three.
Go onto my Instagram, October Red, by October Red, and I've zoomed in on his feet today, so there'll be a part 2 to this. Now, because you can't literally say that my feet look crusty.
They were crusty.
On a YouTube interview that's been viewed.
They were crusty.
You know what? You have to pay the price.
I'm a man. I can have crusty foot bottom. But can't. Yours, I'm like, damn. It was like boomerang. It was like boomerang. It's like boomerang. When my man saw the feet, like.
So you're saying I've got dinosaur feet?
Hey, I'm not saying it. I'm just saying what I see.
You're saying what you see. Anyway, back to the fight, Johnny. You're an ex-fighter. You're an ex-champion. Explain to me what the hell happened on Saturday night.
AJ left his artillery in the dressing room or at home. Daniel Dubois stuck to his game plan, brought his game, which he should have done in such a high stakes fight. And Daniel was better prepared than AJ was. And there's nobody to blame in the AJ situation but AJ. And listen, it's not a secret, and I don't want people or even AJ's team to misunderstand me. I'm an AJ fan, and And people they seem to lose sight of that. I've always been a fan of his, but I've got to say how it is. I say what I see. So just because I'm your spar or I'm a fan, doesn't mean I'm going to lie for you or tell people what you want me to tell them. I'm going to say what I see. Anthony Joshua, the fight itself, I thought, common sense. I'll stick to what I said all week. AJ, I have no questions to answer about AJ. You're asking me questions, can AJ this, can he take it on gin, can he X, Y, Z? He's answered them all. All the questions are about Daniel Dubois. And and the reason why I said that is because he's ticked every box. He has no excuse to lose, every excuse to win. So anything below that, this is a he problem. It's not a Ben Davison problem. Ben Davison problem. And I digged into Ben Davison when AJ signed up and saying, why are you giving this boy the keys to the kingdom? You know, you're giving him, but Ben, it's not Ben's fault because AJ knows more than Ben. So you got him there and you got this guy to sharpen him up and say, well, want this, want that, remind him what he could do. So when the bell goes, muzzles off you go. So AJ should have done his job. What we know he's capable, we don't think, we know he's capable of doing. We know what he can do because we've seen it. So therefore, if he neglects the things he can do, the only person whose fault it is his own. The buck starts and stops with him. But if you're going to surround yourself with people that'll take the blame or will blame X, Y, Z, and I ain't going to tell you how it is, you're never going to learn none. When you are responsible for your actions and what you've done and what you said and how you've performed, then you take the onus on you to think, you know what, I've got to check me. I've got to sort me out. And this is coming from a place of love. And I'm quite sure AJ will look at it, he might actually think it to himself, but he'll not like it being said. It's his responsibility. We've seen the brilliance of AJ. We've seen the worst of AJ. So again, it sounds like I'm taking it away from Daniel Dubois. You're asking me about AJ. You know, so AJ, the book starts and stops with him. When you're in the ring, your coach is there and he'll tell you, do this, do that, try this, that, and the other. But again, I always give the example, Naz wouldn't be Naz without Brendan Ingle. David Beckham wouldn't be David Beckham without Sir Alex Ferguson. Now, neither Brendan or Alex could perform better than either of those two, but they knew how to tweak you, get the best out of you. Off the muzzle, boom, off you go, done. So what I'm saying is, AJ is responsible for his performances because he's been through far too many experiences not to use them. If I keep saying, put your hand in the fire, once, you burn your hand, ouch. You could forget again, put your hand in the fire again. Maybe a third time. But if you keep doing it, I'm going to stop telling you. And you get, because there's something that's making you do it and forgetting what the last time. What I'm saying is, if AJ keeps going in the ring and he neglects what we have seen, this is an AJ problem. You can talk about, give as many motivational speeches, talks as you want, and you will motivate X, Y, Z, which is brilliant, because I'm quite sure he does. The only person that's not believing in what he's truly believing in what he's saying is him. It's him. The day before, he said, I want you all to pray for me. What are you talking about?
Somebody pointed that out to me.
What are you talking about?
I didn't even clock that.
No, what are you talking about? Because as a fighter, I know for a fact, I'm thinking, I don't care what happens. I'm going to make sure this is mine. I don't want you to pray for me. If you want to pray for me, pray for me. I'm going to do my, that's faith, belief in yourself. Faith. The opposite to fear is faith. That's belief in yourself. So when he said that, now looking back on it in hindsight, I'm like, what? What are you saying? I've watched it. I've watched the fight once since Saturday because it hurts my heart. I'm like, I hate waste. It hurts my heart. I've watched the fight and I think, oh man, it kills me. And it's not saying it's because I'm a fan of AJ. So some people are saying, well, Johnny, you're forgetting how good Daniel was. I've said how good Daniel is. And we're talking about AJ's performance.
Yeah, we can go on to Daniel.
That was not AJ's best performance, but that's AJ's fault. Daniel probably took that out of him, but you telling me when he came out there with his chin up in the first 30 seconds, I turned into Natasha Jonas and said, yo, he's getting knocked out tonight. Within the first 30 seconds, I didn't read nothing from no ring walk. I didn't read nothing from all the week. It was the bell went, first 30 seconds, I said, Tash, he's getting knocked out tonight. Fight done. And it was just a matter of time.
What did you see then? Right, how, like you said, he's got the experiences, he's had the lows, he's had the highs. When he's standing there in the corner and it's like, it's time to go, touch gloves, go back, let's go. We talk about adaptability, experience as a champion, okay? Being in there with different styles, even from the amateur days. How on earth did that adaptability or, you know, being able to think on your feet, what happened, Johnny? And I'm asking you as a fighter, fair enough, only Joshua can
because
answer
there's
that.
something in
What
AJ's
happened?
head where he switches off and he thinks negatively or instead of positively about what he's capable of doing.
Okay.
The bell went, chins in the air, he's on his toes, trying to wave it, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Straight on the back foot,
What
isn't
are
he?
you doing?
Yeah.
And again, I am not saying and comparing Daniel Dubois to Francis Ngannou. What I'm saying is AJ's approach to that, to Ngannou and Dubois, were completely different. So that the approach he took to Ngannou, if he'd have took that to Dubois, that's what I'm talking about. But when you're putting your chin in the air and you're on your toes, you're trying to keep off this tank that's coming towards you.
Tank.
That ain't gonna happen.
And he was a tank.
And this is what the problem was. So straight away he's on the back foot. He's getting hit with solid straight shots, not slipping. Whoa, head back,
right on the line.
head back. So you're seeing a performance of somebody that shouldn't be the case. That should never happen in a million years, ever. So So when I'm saying, nah, that's not right, that's wrong. Now my man's getting knocked out soon. You can't do that. What you expect? This is his problem. There's something in his head that switches off. There's something in his head that don't believe what he's telling everybody else to believe in. There's something in his head, and this is why I keep saying, no matter, look at how much success he's had in his career. And the thing is, if he had the confidence to match his ability, the true confidence to match his ability, this guy would be brilliant. But he hasn't. He hasn't. And that's the problem. And Saturday showed us that. And he'll not like seeing that, but this is coming from a place of love. He hasn't. And so you, to me, I just think, I don't know what you can do. And by the time the confidence matches his ability, you know, he'll be like 45, 50. And unfortunately, so will his body. And he'll be out the game. When he's that age, he'll look back at this time and think, shit. I did it when I watched the Leon fight. Terrible fight, most boring fight in the world. And when I look at the fight, I want to reach in the screen and slap myself around the face because I know an AJ is this Saturday night will be that's the trigger screen is going to reach in and slap up when he's 45, 50.
We can pick apart what AJ should have done, could have done, would have done all day long. But let's move on to the champion who has earned the IBF heavyweight belt. That's his. He took it. To me, that belt was in the air.
Well deserved.
And he took it.
Yeah.
Talk to us about Daniel going in there, literally like charged at him.
He did what he had to do. And even before the fight, how does the fight win and loss? Daniel has to close the space down, keep the pressure on him, make him box on the back foot. He did exactly what he should have done in looking at AJ. He did two instructions.
Two instructions.
I wonder what the instructions were for Anthony Joshua.
I've asked the same question.
I wonder what the game plan was for Anthony Joshua. And it's no secret, Anthony Joshua will ask the opinions of you, Jack, Tom, Jill. What do you think? What do you think? It's no secret. And those people are like, Ross, why is my man asking me my opinion? It is not a secret. In the boxing world, like, yo, AJ is like asking me this. I'm like, the surprise. He's not understanding how powerful he is, how knowledgeable he is. So when you're asking somebody that has never even walked your shoes, their opinion, you know, if you're doing it to make them feel good, are you really concerned about their opinion, the opinion of somebody that doesn't know an ounce of what you know?
Self-belief.
This is what he does. So this is an indicator to say this is the man that don't believe the stuff he's telling everybody else to believe in. And I hope he sees this. Because to me, it's a massive minute. What are you doing? I can remember when he walked in the ring against, I think it was Usyk.
What, the second one or the first one?
First one.
Okay.
At Tottenham ground.
Yeah.
He said to one of the security men on the way to the ring, allegedly, how would you box a southpaw?
Oh.
On the way to the ring. Now I know this is being humble, so you might want to come across as being humble. He
Too
knows what he's
late.
going to do.
Too much
But you're
info going in
thinking,
too late.
why are you doing that?
Okay.
He knows he does it. He knows he does it. And to me, I just think you got to stop these habits. Believe in your self-validation, self-validation. I know this, I've been there. I was a guy that didn't believe in himself. I was a guy that thought I was a coward. And once the belly dropped, I'm like, what am I talking about? If I can do something, I'm going to believe I'm doing it. And I know I don't need you to tell me I was a good fighter. I don't give a shit if you say I'm not a good fighter. I know I was a brilliant fighter. And I know what I did worked and was effective. At the top of my career worked. I don't care if anybody says, was you at Johnny? I know AJ needs to be that person. Believe in what he's saying. Believe in what he wants everybody else to believe about themselves. But he don't.
Tricky one. Johnny, I know we're cut for time and I know there's a queue waiting for you. Can we just cut straight to Chris Eubank Jr. versus Frank Warren?
I know that. Yo!
He don't business. It's been happening to me all day. Anyway, whatever, it's natural. Frank Warren looked like he wanted to... His face...
ain't gonna do shit. I'll tell you what's up. So Chris, boom, mic drop. Chris only did what every fighter that's been upset with their promoter or manager has wanted to do, but couldn't do it because they didn't have the bottle. And so Chris, when he did it, even if he's wrong or right in what he said, did it. Now I'm quite sure there's fighters out there, past and present, like, Ross, good on you. Good on you. Now I know me saying this is going to piss your Franks off. It's going to piss your Eddies off. But
it'll be Ben Shalom's turn one
yeah,
day.
Yeah,
From him as well. No one's going to get away free.
What I'm saying to you is this. The fight game is built around the fighters. It's been made into a business. So if it's only the fighters, the ones that have got to keep their mouth shut, because the business is taking over the fight. The business is taking over the show itself, the fights itself. So what Chris did was he's saying, you know, he was on a platform to do it, and he was smart enough to praise the man that put him in that position.
Yeah, I saw that. He said the only real one.
Yeah, the man that put him at the position, well, what they'll say, I ain't got a problem with him. He's staying. Because them man, they're targeting him. But trust me, Frank got it probably more than any did. But Frank's in a position where it's business to him. And Frank told me when I was a fighter, Johnny, I got to do business with a lot of people I don't like.
Yeah.
So in the immediate time, Frank and Eddie won't want anything to do with Chris. I'm not saying Chris would have anything to do with them by what he said, but it's business, you know, and they can't do jack shit about it. And if they send him a solicitor's letter, I'm quite sure Chris will make it public. And this is what happened. This now, and I'm not calling anybody a bully, but this is how bullies work. They send you solicitor's letters to shut you up and to frighten you. Because it's going to cost you £100 to get a solicitor to reply back to him. So it scares you. Shit, I can't say nothing. So fighters are put in their place. You behave yourself. You're working for me, where really it should be the other way around. Chris, what he did was, I just sat down and went, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what Chris did, he's probably done what a lot of past fighters would want to do, or present fighters would want to do. But, you know, they're just not in a position or have the bottle to do it.
Finally, I've got to ask you, what is the fight for you on this card, Johnny?
Fabio Wardy, Fraser Clark.
Talk to me.
I think we saw 12 rounds of pace from two big heavyweights, you know, that had a point to prove, and they fought. They left their heart and soul in the ring. I think it's going to be round 13. Round 13, and this fight, again, I think it's such an honest, authentic fight that it's just going to pick up exactly. And they both fighters said, it's not going to go the distance. I did a gloves off with them just before the show.
Nice one.
I'm like,
Can't
damn.
wait to see that.
You know, so it was interesting.
Listen, Johnny, it's a pleasure. We'll have to pick this up. We'll do something online.
Right.
We'll do a live online because there is a lot to catch up on, but I'm just mindful of taking up so much of your time when there's other channels waiting.
You say, at least you're respectful to them. Everybody else has said, sure, but
you have to be respectful.
I know.
Respect is
Pace.
It's free, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, don't forget to have a look on By October Red because there will be close-ups of Johnny Nelson's dry heel back.
You know what? I think what you're doing cut me off. I think she's just it's superimposed foolishness. My foot bottom is nice. It's creamed cocoa butter all over them. Now, but at least, hey, oh.
Thank you, Johnny.
No problem. Let's do it, baby.
People say I'm toxic, and honestly, I don't care.